Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is OelGrez. I'm starting to create a couple of characters for to put in a park, and this is Sergeant Bones. He's my maintenance guy. He works at Tank Garage, and he paints, repaints, and takes out the dents and stuff of the tanks that get blown up, and the battleships and destroyers I sink. He's got a busy day ahead of him always, but he loves to paint and he is a good friend. So we'll leave it. Hello, everybody. It's OelGrez here. If you can excuse me for a minute, I gotta go set up for Carrier Sunday. I changed my mind. What I'm gonna do is go to do an audio. Then I can bring this export the clip, bring it back in. We can do another audio while I'm doing other things in the park. Like I said, it's Sunday. I'm going to set up for Carrier Sunday. We got a big surprise. I spent a little bit of gold, but that's another story. Hey, OelGrez. OelGrez here. This is Sergeant Bones' complex. I want to build a big tank garage where it'd be big enough to pull a tank in to paint.
That's a good shot of Foxy.
Hey, Foxy.
Screen save this.
The thing about Sergeant Bones, he has to stay inside. The sun will burn him up. I forgot about that. And we had an incident, but he's back in his spot, and he's okay. And I'm going to go and destroy some ships, and he's going to have to repaint them. I'm going to do some carrier damage, possibly. Hey, my granddaughter's build. She built that in Minecraft, and I reproduced it in Coaster Planet. And that basically started this whole Minecraft area. This is the clipboard, by the way. I will be bringing this character or these figures into the actual park, but for right now I want to kind of tweak and finish them up. This is Sergeant Rock I'm working on. A skeleton character in Minecraft that I developed and using as a maintenance guy for my tank garage. So if you want to just imagine Sergeant Rock over at the tank garage painting the tanks that have been destroyed. If he's not there, he'll be over at the harbor repainting a couple of carriers and maybe a battleship and destroyer or two. He's a busy man. Keep him busy. We keep him busy. I keep blowing things up. But that's fun. That's part of the game. Love it. And so I'm kind of incorporating that into Coaster Planet because I think you make a great, like these little figures here, I think would be perfect little bobbleheads. So what I'll do is I'll create a shop for bobblehead using one of the prize or gift shops and go in and alter the menu and put some of these little fellers on as bobbleheads. I wish I could actually have little bobbleheads when I buy them, but that's all right. We got to use our imagination a little bit. But I have, I got to go and I got to write these names down. I can't remember what I call him. Something Warlock. And then there's Sergeant Bones. I'm working on him now. It took a little bit. I'm using the smallest blocks they have because that way when I'm done building the characters or figures, they'll be extra large. And that's so you can imagine these figures shrunk down into cookie size made out of gingerbread. And then for the $5 extra, you can have them frosted like you see them here. So they'd be the actual little cookie frosted to look like Sergeant Bones. Yeah. Yes, sir. I just forgot what I was going to say, but that's all right. Like I said, there'll be more commentary put in because I will put it over the top of this commentary. Because I want to export this, bring this back in, then I can just have the whole clip to do things with. Like I could, for instance, if I bring it back in, export it, then I can take the whole clip and put it in a different layout. Give it a different look. And then I can play with the video that way a little bit. Plus it'll have the music on it. It'll be the actual. And the thing too now, when I bring this in, I speed this up. We're gonna have the prairie dog voices in the background, because that's the prairie dog voices is me sped up. Oh, look at, I'm creating a couple of different heads, trying to keep them the same, so that I can do some screenshots or do some screenshots, and I could have actually, because the facial features are different, frame for frame, it'll make it look like they're actually, I can animate them. So we'll see what I can do. I'm going to play with that a little bit, and I think that's why I'm going to take this, export it, bring it in, speed it up, and then I can play with those and create a little sequence with the three different heads, and make it look like maybe it's talking or creating an expression of some sort, because I got the eyebrow kind of. So we'll see what we can do with that. But work too if I had it where I could put like a little eye, make it so that the eyeball, it'll look like it's moving. We're looking left and right, but that takes a little bit of monkeying around with the facial blocks, moving them in and out to get one block to show up. Well, part of it's being blocked by the other block, so it's kind of like you got to do it that way to create the different looks. Yeah, got to play with it. I'm used to playing with pixels. I've been playing, using Paint, Microsoft Paint, ever since they brought out the darn computer. I remember in the stores walking up to the ones on display, and the only thing they had was the Paint on it. Everything else was, because at the time you would have to download stuff, and they didn't in the store. They didn't want people sitting there playing for long periods of time. So, but I'd go in and I'd bring up the Paint. So I learned to paint using pixels, and this works perfect for that, because that's all it is just a three-dimensional pixel, and I'm making some excellent characters. I'm just getting started now. I got some great ideas. The one thing I haven't brought in, I might have to go back and do, I might have to cut a little bit and put it in, is bring in the figures I did of OelGrez and Taz. That's what's missing in this whole park. So I might bring them in and put them here in the clipboard park, because Grizzle Den Speedway, I'm done with that one. I've kind of put that in the can, and that's finished. Like Winter Canyonland, those are done. I ain't messing with them. I'm leaving them. I'm moving on and working on new stuff, which is the Gingerbread Village. And I think it'd be a perfect little theme with Christmas and holiday seasons coming up, and Halloween. That's where I'm going with this a little bit, is that spooky Halloween theme. And I'm creating some different Minecraft figures I could use in the park to bring that theme around without having to use what's just provided by the game itself, which is some neat stuff. I'll be using it. And some of these figures surrounded with, like I did it in a PC, surrounded with the old trees, the haunted mansion stuff. I can use the walls and stuff like that and create different things. I'm thinking about building, I don't know. I got the tank garage. That's where Sergeant Bones is. And he has to stay inside. He can't come out because the sun will burn him up. He can come out at night. So I suppose at night is when he'd go over to the harbor and paint the ships. And then during the day he'd be at the tank garage painting the tanks. Because I have Tanking Thursday, and I usually bring back 3 or 4 of them that need repainting. I usually don't last the battles. I usually get taken out sometime with it. I'm getting better. At least I'm providing help to the team once in a while, instead of being a nuisance. Oh, it's fun. I love it. I love playing tanks. I love playing warships. Um, I always loved Roller Coaster Tycoon until they changed it and they made it menu-driven type thing. It was like, oh man, this is bad. Go back to let me build stuff. Upgrade the graphic, but don't change the game mechanic. That's what we all grew up to love. That building and creating stuff from different bits and pieces you got in the game. And when that took away, I was playing I think you have to buy this stuff. What? Get out of here. So I stopped playing Tycoon. And so 10 or 13 years later, I can't remember the actual timeline, but they came out with Coaster Planet. And at the time, it was expensive. Didn't really want to spend money. I got burnt on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And so it's real leery. I started watching videos. I ain't dropping any names, but I got some of her build in one of my parks. Fairy Tale Shops. I put out a thank you very much. Like I said, I ain't dropping names or anything. All these presenters are awesome. They've done a great job. I've made connection with a couple of them, some friends and stuff. And it's a great community. And it is a great help. Like I said, the one time I got a suggestion, and I was like, yeah, go with it. And then I went and did it, and I forgot to save it. But that's another story. But here we are. I'm kind of... What I did is I used that area to build the figures outside the park area there. And I was able to bring the figures into the park and put them in and see how they look. If I'm actually, that's the restaurant, or is that the hotel? That was the hotel. That was the inside of the hotel. The rooms are better looking than that. Trust me. We have guests, and the hotel and the restaurant are working here at the Clipboard Park. So you can see people going in and out. But so my park, like I said, this is just a makeshift park. I'm just throwing stuff together here, getting ideas that I could go into other parks and put the stuff in, like the platforms. I'm learning how to build platforms where I can make it look like a bleacher type area where they can sit and watch a performance. Like here, I got them watching the racetrack. So when they have their leagues that come, there's different places where the league teams can set up and they can have their little areas, and then they go race and come back, and they make a weekend of it. Off-track amusement, that's where that was developed at, because it was like, okay, if I got the racetrack, and every weekend it's at a different racetrack, well, this amusement park can pick up, go to the next league meeting, set up, and then there's an amusement park there, and it follows the league around, and it's a way of bringing in family. A lot of people can come in. They come and watch the go-kart races. They can go on the rides. It's a great family function for a weekend. I'm making this all up, by the way. The top league here for Grizzle's Den is Freedom Cruisers. They make custom cars for cruising the boulevards. Hot Wheel and Pavement Smoke, anybody? The Face is awesome song that Jazzy. In fact, Jazzy Jazz is one of my tank commanders now. I got her driving the Panther. No, she's not driving the commander. She's the commander of the tank. There's a driver. She's got a loader, and she's got a gunner. But that's another story. That's Jazzy Jazz. She's TC of my Panther in my tank garage. Sergeant Bones is the mechanic. He fixes, paints, and takes out all things and dents. We're getting to the end of this clip. Now I'm going to export it, bring it back in. I'm going to go set up for Carrier Sunday, and we're going to start doing some clips for that. Hey, from LA Studios, thank you for watching, everybody. And the script clip. Cut, print, and post. Put it in the can on the shelf. From LA Studio and Sons, fill that in, OelGrez. Thank you for watching. Hey, we got it to fit.